being only 28 and being in the NBA. And you have won 1 MVP award, NBA Rookie of the Year, Best Male Athlete, SP Best NBA Player, College Player of the Year, and 2 Olympic gold medals. Well, Kevin Wayne Durant has done all these things. Kevin Durant was born September 29, 1988 in Washington, D.C. He grew up with his 3 siblings, Tony, Brianna, and Ravon, in Maryland, just outside the nation's capital. They were raised by their mother, Wanda Pratt, and her mother, Barbara Davis. Their father, Wayne Pratt, left the family before Kevin's first birthday. He came back into his son's life when Kevin was around the age of 13. Kevin and his brother Tony loved to play sports. Their favourite basketball team was the Washington Wizards, whose roster included Michael Jordan. Kevin was always the tallest in his class and everyone teased him, but his grandmother always told him that his height was a blessing and asked Kevin's school to put him at the end of lines so he wouldn't stand out as much. His first taste of real competition was when his dad came back into his life and took him on a basketball tour. He played for the Prince George Jaguars. He went off to college in Texas for 1 year, where he was the first freshman to win College Player of the Year. When he was drafted in 2007 to the Seattle Supersonics, he stood at 6'9" with a 7'4" wingspan. In his rookie year, he earned the Rookie of the Year award. After the Supersonics came the Oklahoma City Thunder with Russell Westbrook, who is now his best friend. He earned $20.16 million each year. That's 28 million in New Zealand dollars. In 2012, he was selected to go play at the London Olympics alongside LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, where they won gold. Then in 2016, he went to Rio for the USA team. Then in the 2015-16 off-season, he signed with the Golden State Warriors. The hardest thing for him was leaving Russell Westbrook, but he had new teammates now. Some of these included Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. Now he is a 7-time small forward all-star who has always come second in his life. Second in the NBA Finals, second in the draft, and second in MVP voting 3 times. But he has come first once in his life, which was in 2014, where he won the MVP award. In his speech he said, "Mum, we weren't supposed to be here. You made us believe. You kept us off the street, put clothes on our backs. When you didn't eat, you made sure we ate. You went to sleep hungry, you sacrificed for us. You're the real MVP."
In a community where your Christian name and husband are chosen for you. Imagine having absolutely no connection with the outside world. Imagine being related to each and every person in your community. Well, this is what it would be like if you lived at Gloriavale. Gloriavale was founded in 1969 by a man named Neville Cooper and now has over 500 residents. The small Christian community is located on the west coast of the South Island in a small town called Hopiti, which is near Greymouth. The community expanded so much that in 1995 they had to move locations to accommodate everyone. Members of the Gloriavale community must be born into it or invited to join. At Gloriavale they have everything from sheep and deer farms to schools. This means that each and every one of the residents at Gloriavale either has a great job or a good education. However, for the 47 years that Gloriavale has been around for, no one has left and gone to university. But 22 people have left because the commune was not their cup of tea. Decisions are made for you at Gloriavale, like your Christian names: Hopeful Christian, Dove Love, Tactful Diligence, and many, many more. The elderly leaders also decide on where people live, which jobs they perform, who they marry, and what movies they can watch. They say everything is guided by prayer. Everyone dresses exactly the same. The girls' and ladies' attire consists of a long dark blue dress with white tennis shoes and a white lace headpiece. The boys and men have to wear light blue shorts or trousers, a white shirt, white tennis shoes, and a dark blue tie. This outfit is like the uniform, only they wear it everywhere and every day, even when they are doing sport like running, swimming, and biking. In the Christian community, their husbands are chosen by the leader, Neville Cooper, who now calls himself Hopeful Christian. Most girls get married at the age of 15, and many of the girls have had over 4 kids by the time they are 20. For instance, in 2014, Dove Love was the oldest women in the community. Being 21, she hadn't had kids but loved to play with her younger siblings. Later that year, she met the love of her life, watchful Steadfast, and is now pregnant with her second child. When you get married at Gloryvale, you are not allowed to get divorced, and you have to do everything that your husband tells you to do. Children as young as 5 have to contribute to community work, and some even have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning with the adult ladies to help prepare for the meals and do the cleaning. Men work on the farm or fix machinery, while women do the more domestic jobs like the communal laundry, cooking, teaching, and loads more. There is also no contraception allowed at Gloryvale, and families of 10 or more children are very common. There are around 30 to 40 births a year. Even though the people at Gloryvale lead a much different life than most of us, this is the only life they know, and they say they are incredibly happy there, so we need to respect their choices and ways of living.
They're a big part of your life. I mean, they did make you, didn't they? But there are a few differences between your mum and your dad. But before I explain them, I'd just like to point out most of these ideas are based on my parents. So there's my mum. She loves to shop and catch up with a cup of coffee with some friends, and dressing up nice ads, even if it's just for a sports prize giving. I don't know about you, but I don't think I've ever seen my mum in a pair of sweats and no makeup going downtown. While on the other hand, my dad would prefer to watch the rugby, yelling at the TV, even though he knows they can't hear him, saying he could do a lot better than a ref. And instead of a cup of coffee with some friends, it's a few beers with mates while watching the game. And when your dad has finally agreed to come to the prize giving, he puts on a buttoned-up shirt and a pair of jeans. We don't need that, we don't need this, we already have one of those, he moans. This is what it would sound like when you take your dad shopping. So if you ever buy something that is kind of a waste of money, I suggest you hide it. But not like hide as in it looks like you're stealing it, but hide as in your dad can't see it. You've probably seen your mum do this a few times. I always love it when my mum goes out and it's just my dad watching us kids, because he's too busy watching Outback Truckers to even notice that we're still up. But when he sees the car or catches a glimpse of the clock, he suddenly panics and rushes to get us to bed. But when it's your mum, I always try to sneak around the house, trying not to remind her that we're still up. Bedtime, kids, mum yells, and at that moment I know I'm going to get a nasty look from my siblings. Dad's one of those guys who doesn't like anything going to waste. I'll fix it, it'll be just like new, they will say. He tries to DIY everything instead of buying a brand new one. It's like a fear of something. Yeah, a fear of buying new stuff. I mean, this isn't always bad because sometimes the old is better than the new, and your dad usually puts a lot of effort and hard work into getting it finished. Mum's one of those people who want the house to be perfect all the time. I mean, it's not like the Queen's coming, I always say. All over here is, Lucy, get into that bedroom right now. And while you're in the middle of tidying it, you hear another scream. Lucy, get your shoes from the front door now, please. Yep, okay. Now, please. I'm coming. These are the types of conversations that me and my mum have all the time, when she tries you to do one thing and then another. It's not like us kids can multitask or something. When it's your parents' birthday, it's always quite even with how many gifts both parents receive. And it gets quite difficult sometimes because they have everything you can think of. So all you can think of getting your parent is a gift card and maybe even a homemade crafty card if they've been that good to you. So parenting is very stressful and tiring, and if you still don't believe me, then just wait until you're a parent.